5 p.m. News at noon, 12 noon. News from across the states, 4 p.m. And our major news at 6 p.m. Citizen FM 93.7. Always precise in news broadcast.
This is 93.7 Citizen FM, Abuja.
Welcome to the Citizen FM News at noon. I'm Lawrence Umoite. West African leaders on Sunday gave the military junta in Niger 1 week to cede power, warning that they did not rule out the use of force and impose immediate financial sanctions. The 15-nation economic community of West African states demanded the immediate release and reinstatement of Niger's elected president, Mohamed Bazoum, who has been held by the military since Wednesday. ECOWAS announced the suspension of all commercial and financial transactions between ECOWAS member states and Niger, which is part of the bloc, as well as halting energy transactions.
So be strong, forceful, and resolute about the survival of Bazoum, as well as the freedom and restoration of the constitutionally elected body in Nigeria.
ECOWAS said it was freezing Niger's assets in ECOWAS central and commercial banks and imposing a travel ban on an asset freeze for the military officials involved in the coup.
The authorities' demands are not met within 1 week. Take all measures necessary to restore constitutional order in the Republic of Niger. Such measures may include the use of force. To this effect, the chiefs of defense staff of ECOWAS are to meet immediately.
All is set for the screening of the first batch of ministerial nominees forwarded by President Bola Tinubu to the Senate. 20 of the 28 ministerial nominees have completed their documentation for the screening at the Senate today. The Federal Ministry of Works has informed security personnel that some road fittings installed on the newly commissioned second Niger bridge have been vandalized. Security personnel have already started surveillance patrol on the bridge and surroundings to prevent a reoccurrence. Engineer Martins Oluwaseyi, the engineer representatives of the second Niger bridge project in the Federal Ministry of Works, confirmed the development, assuring that the federal government is about to fix the problem.
The first time is the mental components on the bridge. But this time around, you can see even the manholes that is supposed to be, draining water is also being vandalized. So it will continue. Anything mental that, the miscreants are after, it will be vandalized. And at the end of the day, if care is not taken, the entire bridge will become unmotorable. And that is why it's good for all of us to come together as stakeholders to make sure that we safeguard this infrastructure in the interest of the public good and in the interest of the nation.
The bridge will lose its stability. It is built to last for 60, 70 years. But if we continue to vandalize, apart from unpleasant driving situation you have on, now if you go on the bridge, you will not know when you are passing the expansion joint. And there is no way you can make the expansion joint concrete. It has to be metal because the bridge moves.
Governor Amadou Fintiri of Adamawa State has relaxed the 24-hour curfew earlier imposed on the state by 12 hours. This is contained in a statement issued by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor in Yola. The state government said the curfew was relaxed from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. after meetings with security chiefs in the state. Governor Fintiri, who was represented by his deputy, urged parents to send their wards to school and also encourage businesses to open and go about their daily activities as the government would not fold its arms and allow miscreants to disrupt public peace. The State Police Command had earlier narrated the number of suspects arrested.
5 male suspects were apprehended and some items that were looted from the warehouses. This is one. Secondly, the command have succeeded in preventing them from going beyond the first warehouse that was attacked. The one belonging to the NEMA was the first one that was attacked, but the command have succeeded in preventing them from attacking the one that is located at Newman Road, belonging to Ministry of Agriculture.
A former Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, Professor Julius Okoje, has called on Nigerian leaders to make basic and secondary education free and compulsory at all levels. Professor Okoje made the call at the inaugural edition of the Julius Okoje Lecture Series, reiterated that Nigerian leaders owe every Nigerian child free primary and secondary education to enable them occupy their spaces in daily living.
Free primary and secondary school education, but we're not doing it. The university will go on strike every day. There's nowhere in the world that you don't have that. So that's what has prepared me. Now I've left service. I want to devote full time. Borehole for institutions I don't have. Maybe meeting place for villages. Then I check and blood pressure. My son is a doctor. So we cannot give enough to this system. I benefited from it because the structure, local government, state and federal, it's not working. So government is still doing basic. Federal government, when it's duty of a council, secondary school for states, government is still doing it. We started with the federal government colleges. Ordinarily, there were 3. Now every village has. So what makes it federal government college? The unity school is not there.
In our presentation, the guest speaker, Professor Gubadia, called for the reconsideration of higher school certificate programs, noting that the maturity HSC provided was missing in the integration of students into higher institutions.
The answers to the distinguished professor's inquiries are not far to seek. The mass of unemployed graduates of the nation's universities questions the effective channeling and utilization of our graduates. Similarly, serious aspersions have been cast on the quality and graduates of some of these universities, the degrees awarded by them, and ultimately on the degree programs and quality of teaching. There's no doubt that disruptions to the academic calendar brought about by strikes, decayed infrastructure, a paucity of competent academic staff resulting from poor funding have contributed to the rot in the system.
While commending Professor Okoje for his tutelage at the Commission, the Acting Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, Chris Meyaki, extolled the role of the former ES in shaping the Nigerian university system.
As a matter of procedure and routine, is to invite scholars, to invite experts, to invite representatives of industry and employers of labor to partner with us, to review in a very dynamic, in a very inclusive fashion, what we believe is fit for purpose curriculum. So I'd like to correct the impression that the NUC operates in a monolithic, fashion. No, we approach curriculum. We have done this over and over in a multi-stakeholder collegiate, and I am proud and pleased to say that in 40 years, this is the first time ever that University Senate are at liberty. They have the latitude to populate 30% of the curriculum.
And on the foreign scene, Niger's junta has accused former colonial ruler France of wanting to intervene militarily and reinstate ousted President Mohamed Bazoum. In a statement read on national TV, the junta accused France of planning a strike on the junta with the complicity of some officials of the deposed government. And in sports, Nigeria's Super Falcons are battling already ousted Ireland, currently in Brisbane at the ongoing Women's World Cup hosted by Australia and New Zealand. The match is still goalless and in the second half. Falcon needs a point to advance to the next stage of the competition in their third match of Group B, and a win guarantees them a top of the table. If Nigeria gets a win or a draw, this will be the first time the country makes an unbeaten run in all editions of the competition. The coaching crew who spoke to journalists earlier before the match said the team was ready.
Try to get the 3 points and to top the group if possible. No, actually, we're doing better than we were last week. Slowly starting to get everybody back to full strength, so I think we should be in good shape for the match.
And that's the Citizen FM News at noon. I am Lawrence Moite. Good afternoon.
Speak out. You are the voice of a